Has Fortnite lost its identity, or have you been the one that's lost your identity? How you square in this video, I'm gonna cover the absolute explosion that happened in the Fortnite community and just go over everything and break everything down, from the metaverse to Donald Mustard's leaving and like the article that they dropped, to how the communities had a meltdown over various different things like the rarity change, the emote change, and just various other changes. And I really want to drive home one point that I hope you take away from this video, and that's to really think, has it been Fortnite that's changed, or maybe you've just changed? Okay, let me set the scene. Fortnite just came out. Save the World is here. Tons of people were interested in the game, and they kind of like this sort of, build a base, fight zombies. Things were interesting back then. It was a very base level, and people were just starting to get into the game. Then Donald Mustard decides. He goes to Tim Sweeney and says, I think we need to start a battle royale. And that's basically where the Fortnite that we know and love actually originated, and sort of sprung out of an idea, and they gave them like 2 weeks to just kind of throw something at the wall and see if it sticks. And then there's now we have a metaverse, we have Fortnite Festival, we have Lego Fortnite, we have rocket racing, and now we just have a ton of different Fortnite experiences. And let's just really break down what happened. So if some of you didn't see, Donald Mustard actually had a really good interview, and he barely ever does those, and so there's a lot to learn in there. And it actually finally confirmed like a lot of stuff I knew myself just from seeing him drop hints in the past. I mean, one thing that people don't even really know about is in the vibing season, if you went and talked to the visitor, he would say like, I think it's time to retire. And I always thought that was Donald saying he was going to retire, and it turns out I'm right. So yes, congratulate me. But no, to keep it serious, yeah, Donald Mustard basically finally came out and said that the vibing season chapter 3 was the last one that he oversaw, which adds a lot of clarity on the situation. He also said that they were directing sort of the live event people to work on UEFN, and that overall what I got from the article is they left on good terms. He wants to pursue something of his own now, and that's what he's working towards. And so for those of you who are trashing Donald Mustard's story, I just want to say shame on you, because that man basically ended his story in chapter 3 season 2, and now everything since that has been various people. But I do want to also say, people think that Tim Sweeney was a loser who fired Donald and they left on bad terms and blah, 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 blah. To me, it's very clear that Tim Sweeney realized just the magic that Donald Mustard had, and is trying to bring someone else in like Charlie Wen to sort of recapture that. And it might be too early to tell, but I think the hand event was sort of the beginning of what could be something really cool. But let's take it back a little bit. So the community has been having a meltdown what feels like every week now. The rarity change happened, this silly emote change happened, where they made it where you can censor these 4 different emotes, and the community just had like a really harsh reaction to both of those things. And I already made a video on that where I was calling everyone crybabies. If you want to go watch that, you can. But in this video, I'm going to try to take things down a notch and be a little bit more rational to you about it. So like I've already discussed, I mean, back in chapter 1, before the BR even came out, they were already thinking, okay, Fortnite needs to be a game that changes, evolves, and becomes something better than what it is. And back in chapter 1, I was hearing this argument all the time. They were saying Fortnite's changed, it's different, it's lost its way. I mean, they were saying that in season 7. They were saying that in season X. They were saying that in early chapter 2. They were saying that during the Marvel season, during the Alien season. They were saying it in chapter 3, chapter 4. You get what I'm saying. The point being is Fortnite is always changing. And if you're any good normal person, you're always changing too. And hold up, I understand the hate for the metaverse, but another interesting thing is that Donald was actually the one that wrote up this idea and sort of conceived it with Tim Sweeney. So you can't have it both ways of being like, Donald was awesome, I loved everything he do, and I wish we would get him back, but also be mad at, this metaverse idea. I personally think that I kind of just wish they wouldn't have called it the metaverse, because nowadays it just has like a really negative connotation. But I think it's this idea that genuinely seems pretty cool, and I hope they succeed in it. But another point is that people think that they just don't care about the BR anymore, and that they're never gonna care, and all their resources are just gonna go to UFN, and the BR is slowly gonna die out. But see, that's one point where I really disagree. This season to me has felt like one of the few times where they've just put in a ton of love and effort into it. And yeah, I have some disagreements of how they've handled this season too. I do kind of wish they just had the theme and stuck to it, and that's where all the content went. But you can't really say that they just haven't been trying, or that they haven't been putting out content, because we've got a lot of different stuff this season. I mean, an update every 1 to 2 weeks with consistent new guns, new mythics, new different things here, there, and everywhere. And yeah, you may not like it, and that's totally fine, but personally, this is a great season that they've definitely put a lot of effort into. And I think when I realized things and sort of just sat back and gained enlightenment, was when they fired all their employees. There was a few months there where I was like, I don't think this game is going where I want it to go. And it was hard for me because they fired a lot of people that I knew and I've met and genuinely enjoyed talking to and getting to know, and they were just fired and left without a trace. And that's sort of when I took a step back and realized, okay, I think Fortnite has changed a lot. Different people come and go. Donald Mustard came and went. And I really had a lot of fun in chapter 2, and Donald Mustard was pretty much not there at all during that. And so I really sat with myself and realized, like, what do I like about this game? And I would genuinely challenge you to do the same thing, because I think for a lot of people, it's not that Fortnite's changed. It's that what you wanted is gone. You could be someone that loves Save the World, but you should know by now that that is not their main priority. And if you're still sitting around with Fortnite hoping that they're gonna dump a bunch more effort into Save the World, I think you're probably delusional. For me, what I love about Fortnite is the BR, and I really love how they constantly change it and evolve it in new, funny, and cool ways. And more importantly, I love playing with my friends and having fun moments and funny moments and even experiencing glitches and just tons of different stuff in Fortnite. And as long as I can do that, then I like this game. And to me, it's obvious that they're still putting love and effort into the BR. I know a lot of different people that still work on the game and how much blood, sweat, and tears they put into this thing. And so I just get upset when people say Fortnite's changed. It's not the same anymore. Like, yes, it's changed. I think that's the point. Some people just want the Fortnite of 3 years ago and expect it to somehow go back to that. Like, I'm sorry, this game is constantly evolving and has always been constantly evolving. Sometimes it's not going to be what you like. In other seasons, hopefully you'll like them more. Or they're going to try different changes and different events and different things with UAFN, and you just kind of have to be along for the ride or just get out of the car. So kind of what my main point of this video is actually, yes, Fortnite has changed, but maybe you should too. And I just want to say, if you want to go watch another video on this topic, you should please go watch my friend Clen or Klarque. They make very good videos. I always trust their opinions on these topics. But also, if you find yourself constantly complaining about this game, I think you really just need to sit down and like think about things. Games are meant to be fun. They're meant to be enjoyed. If you're constantly bitching on Twitter about things, I think you just need some time. You should be having fun with this game. And if you're not, please go play another game. Again, you need to be the one who changes. The game has been changing for 5 years now. And if you've been here sitting and expecting things to go back to the way they were, they're not. And if Fortnite was the type of game to just stay the same the whole time, they would have died long ago, buddy. The good thing about this game is sort of their adaptation and their want to sort of change things, innovate, to make new experiences and to make people fall in love with what Fortnite could be, not what it is. So me personally, I'm along for the ride, but at the same time, I can get off at any point and still be happy with that. When I think through the past 5 years and how much fun I've had with friends, and yeah, friends come and go, different things happen, and I'm constantly changing too. But it's nice to come together and just shoot the shit on Fortnite sometimes and not take it so seriously. It's a game. It's meant to be fun, and you should treat it that way. But I hope you liked this video, and if you did, you should join my Discord. If you want to support me on Patreon, it helps out a ton. Watch my Twitch streams because I'm cool and awesome. Not actually, you can just watch them to make fun of me. But if you think you have a friend that's not moving on and not changing, you can also just send them this video. That would help too. And lastly, just put your opinions in the comments because I really like reading through all of them. I try to get through as many as possible. And use code JoJoJosiah if you want to support me any extra. But as always, keep on squirting.